Hello and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to file a tax extension for free online. So I'll be going over how you can extend your taxes and not have to file by the due date, which is normally April 15th, but this year it's been extended to May 17th. So we'll be talking about how you request this extension for your taxes, as well as how do you request an extension for your tax payment. So if you owe taxes and you're looking to extend, I'll be addressing that question as well. If you're new here, my name's Amanda. You're watching the Business Finance Coach, where I simplify all of the technicalities of business to help you succeed, because I believe that the world needs your business. And I also cover some general finance and topics like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Let's jump in to filing your tax extension. So I know a lot of people ask, how do I extend the payment of my taxes? Maybe you aren't sure how much you owe because you're missing some information to file your taxes, or you just haven't had time to file your taxes. But when we talk about an extension, there's only an extension of time to file your tax return. That's what filing an extension with the IRS is all about. I'm going to show you how to do this really easily in free tax software, but what we're actually doing is filing form 4868, which is the IRS extension form, with the IRS. Now, what about if you owe money? Well, if you owe money to the IRS, there's no way to file an extension of time to pay. Your taxes are due as of the due date, April 15th, which is moved up if that's on a weekend or a holiday to the next business day. And same thing for this year in 2021, for our 2020 taxes, that due date was moved up to May 17th. So we are required to file our tax return by May 17th. So this is the form 4868, and this is what we're going to use tax software to do really quickly and easily. But just so that you get a feel for what we're looking at here, all you put in is your information, your name, your contact information, your identifying number, social security number, and then you're going to put in an estimate of your total taxes. You can see that in box 4, estimate of total tax liability. That's the total amount of taxes you owe. Then in box 5, we put the total payments you made during the year, and that can include money you had withheld from paychecks or unemployment. And then in box 6 is the balance due. So what's the difference between the total taxes you have calculated and the total payments you made? Is either a refund or a balance due. If you have a refund, then there's zero balance due. If you owe money, that amount will be on box 6. And then in box 7, you can report the amount you're paying with the extension. And again, with the software I'm going to show you, freetaxusa, you can do this all at once, e-file the extension, and make a payment. Now, if the only reason you're considering filing an extension is because you don't have the money to pay your taxes, then we have other solutions for you. You do not need to file an extension. Instead, you should file your return, and then you can set up a payment plan with the IRS. I'll include the link in the description below this video for where you can go to set up a payment plan, and I'm sure I'll have done another video on that in the near future. Now let's jump into freetaxusa, and I'll show you how you can super quickly and easily file an extension. This is the software I recommend, called freetaxusa. And if you have never used this before, it's very much like other DIY tax softwares like TurboTax, TaxAct, only this one is actually free. And what they do charge for state returns, they're very affordable, like super affordable, nothing like TurboTax. So I highly recommend this software. I have links in the description below, and And I have step-by-step videos that show you how to get started in Free Tax USA. And before you do an extension, you can go through here and set up Free Tax USA, enter your information or at least estimates to get an idea for where you stand for taxes. Okay, let's jump in. So you can see here when you log in, we've returned to the software. In the top right corner, you can see the federal amount owed is $1,200 because I've already gone through all these tabs along the top. Personal, income, deductions and credits, miscellaneous summary. I didn't get to the state yet or filing, which is why it's not blue like these other tabs. So to get started, we'll go up to the personal tab, and then you can see 2020 extension on the right. Begin your 2020 extension. This screen is simply explaining all of the information I already covered, right? That filing an extension is an extension to file your return, not to pay the taxes. And the last point at the bottom is about your state. So that's something else to consider. You can click that link to see what your state rules are, but many states are much simpler than federal. So as long as you don't owe taxes, or if you filed a federal return, then you automatically have an extension. Now we head down to the bottom right corner and click the continue button, the blue continue button. And now it's going to ask us to answer, why are we filing an extension? So most commonly you'll say, I need more time to file my return, or I'm missing information to file my return. If you select you can't pay your taxes, then it will explain what I explained at the start of this video. Now we can click the blue Save and Continue button in the bottom right. Now it's going to ask us about our information. So this is sample information for an extension. And then we'll click the blue Save and Continue button. Now it's going to ask us about our filing status. Our filing status is asking us about the last day of the year. 12/31/2020 or whatever year. Was I single? Was I married? Yes, we are that status for the entire year, even if it only happened on the last day of the year. You can see some other statuses, head of household, qualifying widower, and married filing separate. You can click the blue hyperlinks below to find out more information about those options. So go ahead, click Save and Continue again. Now it's asking us if we're a paid preparer. You're not a paid preparer, so save and continue. And now it's asking us about our estimated amounts. And you can see the 1208 up in the top right, federal O amount. That's from the information that we already entered in this sample account. And so it's now asking us, is that correct? Is that the amount we want to use? If we say yes, we'll go to the next screen, Save and Continue. If you say no, you'll be able to enter another amount. Now it's pulling from our return the total amount of tax actually calculated. And so again, we can just say, yes, that's correct. That's the amount we want to use, or no, it's not. And you can enter the actual amount. We're going to say yes, and then select the blue Save and Continue button. So now they want to know what payment amount we want to make with the return. In this case, we'll enter 1208, the amount we're estimating that we owe. However, if you don't have that full amount, you can make a smaller payment. You can make zero payment. And then again, you can go to the IRS and set up a payment plan. We'll click Save and Continue. Now we're at a summary of this information that I showed you on the form 4868 at the start. And it's just summarizing our amount due, total taxes, and total tax payments. We'll click the blue Continue button, and now it's asking us if we want to make a payment. We can do an e-payment using check information directly through Free Tax USA. Now I'm going to say yes just to show you what the next screen looks like. This is an example sample account, so I obviously can't show you the full process, but this is what it looks like, and this is where you enter the information from your check, and you can enter the due date of the tax return. So for 2021, you can enter 5/17/2021. So I'm going to go back and select no, we're not going to make a payment, save and continue. We have no alerts. Our extension is good. We'll click continue. And now we get to review it. So you can see this view button. We're going to click that. And this is where we can actually see the form 4868 and just review our information, check it out, make sure it looks right. And that's all from here. All we're going to do now is head back here and click the blue Save and Continue button in the bottom right to e-file the extension. Now, I'm not going to finish those steps because this is a sample account, so I can't actually e-file this, but just keep in mind that all you do is press the Save and Continue button and continue following the prompts. It's going to guide you to create a PIN, which is just a 5-digit number that you rarely ever need again, but make sure it's something you remember and just continue through. Then, just like a tax return, you are going to check back to make sure it's accepted. And Free Tax USA will send you emails, but also be sure to log in. If it's rejected, even if you're after the due date, that's okay. You can resubmit as long as you do it timely within a few days. So be sure to check up that it is accepted. And that's all for how to file your extension in Free Tax USA. That's all for how to file an extension using the Free Tax USA software. I highly, highly recommend them, so do check them out. Again, you can get all the links for everything in the description below this video. If you happen to be a contractor, a small business owner, or an entrepreneur starting a business or wanting to start a business, I do give away a free spreadsheet template that allows for a basic accounting worksheet as well as calculating quarterly taxes and calculating your total income and expenses by the tax categories at the end of the year. So you can get this workbook totally for free. Check out the link in the description below. That's all from me. Again, if you're new here, consider subscribing. If you have questions, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below this video. And otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye.